Name drop.
On February 19th, 1983, a young and up-and-comer was born. She was, if you were...
Same year as my wife,
if you were,
1983.
I say women of a certain age, you were... Ladies and gentlemen, man, woman, and child, Lindzi Scharf. You are an amazing journalist. You are an amazing mother. You're an amazing wife. Not that we're married.
How do you know that?
Because I've
You're assuming.
I've been friends with you for, I would say, Lindzi, I've been friends with you for like 20.
It's so bizarre.
What if her husband is at home going, amazing wife?
Yeah.
Where is he getting this stuff? This is horrible.
He's like, she definitely paid them off ahead.
Okay, so Chris, I don't know if you had to have. Did you interview NSYNC?
So it's so funny. So Gina Orr, who
Gina.
I just
Gina a
met,
shout-out.
and I knew her
You knew
name.
because she was a publicist.
Yeah.
She was a publicist.
Yep.
But I didn't put any of this together. We were just talking about it. So no, NSYNC, technically speaking, I never interviewed because she very kindly passed on
Oh!
the opportunity.
Hey,
be
well,
on
thank you
Lindzi
for not passing on us.
No, but
Now
This is
in our
payback.
time of-
Oh
this
my
is our
God, let it
time
out,
of
girl.
need.
You see how
I'm
mad she
holding
is?
on to all of it.
In
No.
our time of need, we're like, well, you know, we're not who we were, but we desperately need you. Could you?
No, but here's the thing. I was 14, I think, at the time, not to like age all of us here.
Oh yeah, we're not going to interview.
I was 12 when we met. You were 14.
Actually, I would have to. I feel like maybe I was 17.
Yeah,
Because
you were a senior in high school.
I was a senior in high school.
Okay,
Anyway,
if you
yeah.
had a computer back in 2000, 2001, we started when you were 13. Lindzi.com, it was Lindzi. Lindzi.com was the biggest website for anyone that was a teen or a tween that wanted to know all things teen and tween around that time. You were probably the biggest writer, and
You
I
just
remember
switched to Casey Kasem right there accidentally. I don't know if you heard that.
I switched it. You know, Casey Kasem is more like this.
That's exactly where you were going with it.
No, but you were the biggest thing, and I remember the publicist from MTV said Lindzi Scharf wants to interview you for her website. I was like, I was terrible with computers. I was like, who website? What is this, Lindzi? Yeah, it's
What's a
check
computer?
this out. Yeah, I mean,
My
it was
CD
like-
player has a 15-second skip delay. That's
it was
all
2000, I think.
Earlier. I mean, I launched my website in 1997, so I mean, that might have been like, what, 2000?
97, back when chat rooms were all the rage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wow.
I was a little weirdo. Yeah.
But you called me. You lived in Florida. You called me, and you
Where
were
in
like
Florida?
South Florida, like Coral Springs, Fort
Coral
Lauderdale
Springs.
area. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just there for Miss.
I remember
USA.
from social media. Yes. What would we do without social media filling us in on the last 20 years of life?
Isn't it crazy the way like social media, you won't talk to somebody for so long, and then you see him and you're like, oh my God, how's your kid? I saw he just broke his hand in baseball last week, and you're thinking, I haven't talked to this person in 2 years, and I'm telling them what they did last
That's why I don't
week.
go to reunions, because you see them all the time. You're like,
Or
oh,
you're not invited. Hey, MTV's doing a big TRL reunion. Let's not bring McFayden back.
We talked about this before we came on set. You said you weren't going to embarrass me. This is a friend of mine for a long time. I told her that I was cool, and she like now sees that I'm not.
Sorry.
You can come to my reunion.
Thank you. Woman of a certain age says I can come to her reunion. Okay,
For
so
20 years.
how did
and-
you get started, and
I
why like how did Lindzi.com get started, and you went from Lindzi, you didn't stop writing, you didn't put the pen down,
Right.
because you are a world-renowned like journalist.
You're so sweet. Okay, so I launched this site because, yes, I was in South Florida,
Mhm.
and I wanted to be part of this world so badly. You
Mm-hmm.
know, entertainment was always of interest to me, and I think still to this day, I'm still figuring out like where I fit within all of that.
Yep.
But I think basically I followed my curiosity, and also, yes, I was a teenage girl, so it's like I want to have this website so I can interview the people that I want to meet. And so, yes, that's how it came about, and I think, you know, there wasn't social media in the way it exists now, and so that was that then. Those were the tools I had, and I didn't tell publicists how old I was because they would say no.
Right.
But wait, I want to get back to that story. So she said no.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so then I didn't
Gina
know.
Orr,
Gina Orr.
his manager.
Gina Orr. She said no, apparently. So I then found out who the CEO of BMG was, not even of RCA, but BMG, which owned RCA. And I went and I sent him an email and I basically said, from one entrepreneur to another, can you help me out? And so
Who was that, by the way?
She just filled me in on the name, and I can't believe I'm Strauss.
Oh,
Zelnick,
yes,
Strauss,
yes.
Strauss Zelnick.
Strauss Zelnick.
Strauss Zelnick. And so he actually did make it happen. It was a written, interview, but it was, one of
So
the
we did do
first.
the interview.
So technically speaking, it wouldn't be an interview that I would do nowadays. Like, that's not an interview, obviously written. But
Now,
What
do you
would
think
you put that on the
Anyone could
website?
write it.
Hold on. No, sorry. Do you think that when your site came out and you started to blow up, did you realize at the time like that could possibly be the first thing that went viral? Like, because it wasn't a term. It was,
Right.
now we know it as.
Especially with NSYNC.
No. I'm saying her site. not
Yeah.
just-
Oh,
not
yeah,
just the
yeah,
interview.
yeah.
But in 96, 97, you're in a whole, because I'll tell you, I was a nerd too. I had a computer.
What?
I brought a little compact computer that had like 32 megabytes of RAM or something on it.
Couldn't even tell you what that is.
Overseas, would hook up to the dial-up overseas, talk online, introducing the other guys to what the internet even was, back when chat rooms were a thing, back when all these. But at the time, nothing was viral. There was no such thing
Right.
as that word. Do you think like you kind of almost were one of the first viral things?
I mean, I guess in a
Sorry.
way, like it was ushering in an era. I feel like my life so far has been I was very early
Mm-hmm.
to the gate, and I've been very late out of the gate. I feel like there hasn't been the timing hasn't aligned in every way, and that's how life works. But yeah, I think I was really early to the internet. I don't know if I was, I definitely did like press when I was a kid, which was its own kind of strange thing. And yeah, interviewing people that you want to know is a strange thing.
Just like anything that you do, especially now with podcasts, it's like it's very difficult in the beginning to get your guests to come on. So it's like as a journalist trying to get them to do your website, to do an interview, that had to been difficult. What
You
was
had
your
to go above their heads and go
what
to
was your-
Strauss Zelnick?
yes? What was your biggest get? Your biggest get that kind of puts you over where you can get like the Brian McFaydens at MTV.
Right, of course. No, I mean that.
No ding.
Wait, I want to have it. Oh, I do.
You
Oh
do?
my god! Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'll
I like
try.
how you just aired ding.
I'll just ask. I'll ask it
bell.
again. Before your biggest get, like Brian McFayden
no.
from MTV. Why is mine dead?
It's
Because
tepid.
you're saying Brian McFayden.
I didn't even say this.
It automatically doesn't work.
Oh my god!
It just
The bell
knows.
even gave up on you. The bell's like, Brian McFayden. No, hold.
And this is so mean. Like today's my birthday too. Like you're doing this.
Oh.
No, it's not.
It's not because it's airing.
Why
at
are
a
you
later
looking at
date.
her?
I don't know. She just feels.
That's a woman of a
'Cause he
certain
always
age is
says
saying
it's
yes.
his birthday.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
always wants the free Sunday.
Okay,
out
let's
back.
get back to the
Yes.
question because we're getting off track here.
Okay. To answer your question. So basically my strategy was I found talent before they blew up. So Britney Spears was one of my earliest.
So you thought I was gonna blow up?
No, you were after the fact. Well, actually, in all fairness, no, I want to say I reached out for that interview. I think you were maybe on the air for day. I mean, it was early on.
Tell the
MTV
truth, though.
News.
It's because he's the only one that would do the interview at the time.
No, I got him after Christina Aguilera. I mean, Mandy Moore. In fact, I looked up a few of those interviews yesterday just to kind of prep, and it was wild to see, like you had both Christina and Mandy talking about getting their driver's licenses. Like it was a real
Wow.
moment.
That
in
is
time.
crazy.
Yeah,
because
it's
Mandy was
bizarre.
like 15.
Yeah, and we had a
Candy.
guest on that
Yeah.
didn't realize Mandy Moore was a singer.
Like,
Really young.
They were
young,
like,
yeah,
"Oh, this is
yeah.
us." He's like, "I did a movie
Really
and she
young.
played my mom or something." It was like,
I mean, it's so bizarre. Stuff like that is
Yeah.
what makes me feel old, which, happens to women of a certain age and men of a certain age, if I may.
Oh, we know.
Okay, good.
We know. We're reminded every day.
all the time. My son will remind me. That's why I shave my beard because it's all white.
Oh, good. You could be Santa. My son.
No,
loves
I'm not. I didn't say
Santa.
it. I said it's all white. I didn't say it. I'm not fat. Oh my
It's a
god.
pillow. You could play the part.
Oh my.
Well, you're not skinny.
What? I'm in
No,
shape.
you're good. You're looking good.
Thanks, buddy.
I like when you wear.
Did you hear that? Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC is hitting on me. Why are you doing yourself?
Because I'm important.
Okay,
My bell works.
so Christina Aguilera was a pretty big get because
Yeah.
What a Girl Wants, that obviously...
Which it hadn't even come out yet.
Wow.
Like, I received her demo, I think, because I'd done an interview with somebody else at the label, and you know, so then they'll start putting talent that's coming out on your radar. And,
How was
so is
she?
she just the Mickey Mouse Club girl at this point? Like,
and,
Oh,
and,
wow.
and
Okay.
she had done
Another
the
one of the-
Pocahontas song.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Because that was a strange time when suddenly
You know this
the
'cause you were in
the
Orlando.
Mickey Mouse Club thing. Sorry, give them a shout out. Became like people started looking. They're like going back to that Mickey Mouse Club pool
Yeah.
and going, all right, we've got Justin, JC, we have Brittany, we have Christina,
Carrie.
Ryan Gosling, Carrie Russell, Dale, Tony, Luca, just all these. I mean, you could ding the whole freaking cast of Mickey Mouse Club, just the way it blew up back then. But at the time, it's still, you know, I remember doing shows where they're like, oh, this is NSYNC, the band that's got the two Mouse Clubs in it, Mouse Club kids. You know, it was the
And
big
Disney
thing.
kind of put you guys...
No,
I mean, you did that Disney special.
later.
But
was-
that helped. I mean, that
Mm.
actually...
Yeah.
That's how I came in. And I
Well,
was like, oh my God, the NSYNC's
because
amazing.
you had the money to subscribe to Disney.
I didn't have any money.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. So now that you are a budding journalist at Lindzi.com,
Right.
did you know, because you're on the precipice of graduating high school, and
Right.
did you think you were going to keep Lindzi.com? Because you've already branded that was something big, and you're
Right.
going on to college. Where'd you go to school?
I went to Emerson in Boston. I very
Wow,
much
smart girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you're sweet.
Well, obviously, she had her own entrepreneurship before she even graduated high school.
Yeah. Why are we fighting again? This is
We're not. I just
Jesus.
I was giving
Okay.
her credit.
Sorry about that. You know what it is?
Yes. Wait, is that available?
No.
Oh, you need it.
She's like, I've been in the room with these guys for 10 minutes. Do we have alcohol? Is there any
I
whiskey
had
or
caffeine.
bourbon
I didn't
could-
prepare
yeah.
with anything strong enough, apparently.
No.
Wait, what were we
We're putting her to sleep. She's
Talking.
saying.
She was talking about right out of high school
Oh,
going
right,
to
yeah,
Emerson.
yeah.
Okay, so you go to Emerson.
I'm somebody who very much believed in paying dues, and so I went to college and did the traditional college thing, and then when I graduated,
Partied?
I wish. I feel like I missed out on life, but no, I made up for it in my early 20s in Los Angeles. Like LA does that. So
That's where we reconnected.
yeah, it's bizarre.
I was on the red carpet, and then all of a sudden I look over and I'm like, Lindzi?
I know. Yeah.
And you were working for Us, not Us Weekly.
No, In
In
Style.
Style.
Yeah,
In
so it
Style.
was-
Wait.
In Style. One of those magazines that's now digital, like everything else. Yeah. No, I mean, it's been wild to obviously watch this like shift within the industry happen so quickly. I believed so much in paying dues that I spent so much time doing traditional media just as the digital era was being ushered in.
Was that weird for you? Because here you are coming out in the digital era before anybody else, trying to get into the dinosaur era,
Yeah,
which
I
you know is
know.
going. So it goes back to what you started with.
I know. I think because I had to fight so hard, like, ages 15 through whenever I had the site, I guess I didn't actually think that people would take the internet as seriously as they finally did. I know that
It's a
sounds
passing
nuts looking
phase,
back.
this internet.
Yeah, I know that sounds nuts. And even looking back, I think if I'd looked at my own habits, I would have realized where things were headed.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I'm a rule follower, which is why it's hilarious that I did contact, that dude and I was like, can you help me out? Because I think once I learned what the rules were, I didn't break
Did
them.
all 5 members write, and did they write in crayon? Or was it
No,
digital?
and the answers were typed out. As an
You think it was a
adult, I can say
publicist
it was
doing it?
definitely
And
a
they were-
publicist.
They were all
Gina.
they were all
Gina
spelled
did it.
correctly, so you know it wasn't us. Because we are horrible
See,
spellers.
There was something that was pretty cool because we go back to Mandy Moore, and I felt like everything that I ever did on MTV was with Mandy Moore. It was just like they put us together. It's like, oh, we look like brother and sister. Let's put them
Right.
together.
Two blondes.
But you got invited to go to Key West. It was MTV, some of the Keys. You had been there with NSYNC, and you got invited on because you were such a girl boss as a high school senior that Mandy Moore's people invited you on the Mandy Moore show,
Right.
and you got honored as being the girl boss, or what
yeah,
was it? I
they
forget
called
what
it.
it was called.
Actually, it's funny. I didn't remember
I
this
remember
until
this.
looking it up yesterday.
That's
It
where
was-
we met in person.
Yes, I know. So it was called Girls Who Kick Ass, and I was on a segment. And yeah, I mean, that was surreal. I missed my last week of high school to do it. I did.
You're like,
and-
it's cool.
I'm hanging out with Mandy Moore.
It's cool. Sorry, guys. I'm
Yeah.
flying to the Keys to do something for MTV with Mandy Moore.
No, I never told any, and it was almost like living a secret life because all these teenagers across the country very much knew from my site. And even when I went off to college, it was so weird because every now and again people would be like, oh my God, you're Lindzi.com. Like, it was a thing for a period of time. It was.
It was a huge thing.
It was a huge thing.
That's when we still use the word .com. Too.
I know.
It was
Yeah, yeah.
like such a thing, and suddenly you are Lindzi.com.
Did you ever feel like when you're hanging out with older people like your parents, they would say www.lindsay.com?
Lindzi.
I don't even think they even knew what that, I don't think anyone knew what I was up to.
I remember because when we talked, you put my voice up on the site, and I was like, "This is kind of cool." I can go back and listen to. Do you still have the site? Can I hear it?
Oh, such a good question. I still have Lindzi.com, but now it's just a portportfolio
Do you
for
have
my
our interview?
work. I have it somewhere in my archives. It exists.
Do you find that?
I
It's
actually
next
have
to the.
tapes.
It's next to the Ark. It's from Raiders of the
it's next
Lost
to-
Ark in a giant warehouse,
It's next to.
buried in a crate,
Wait, you got the stars and you got the what could have been.
or it's in the.
Oh
It's
my
in
God,
the cloud.
It's fascinating because you were saying, like, we were talking about, I would look and try to discover talent.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it is wild to see. I mean, I couldn't even name how many people, it didn't happen for. And that's the strange thing with, Hollywood and the business. It can happen or it doesn't. And
Was
you're
there
all
anybody?
working hard.
Was there anybody you saw and you were like, oh, this person's gonna blow up, and then
And then
never
they
hear from him
didn't.
again? And was the answer to that question Jimmy Ray?
I'm like, no.
Because if it is, who wants to know?
I'm trying to. I think I had a really good ear for music, and I was that age. So, in fact, I had A&R people who would send me things sometimes just to kind of get my take on what I thought might be the single from
Yeah.
whoever. So I had a good ear for it, and also as a teenager, I had a good eye for it.
Who
like
was
I
your
knew
jam?
what.
Who'd you listen to?
I was an NSYNC fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was. So it's like this is very surreal.
Who's your favorite NSYNCer?
Christopher.
I knew that'd be asked.
Though this is
No,
a big
actually,
one.
Actually, it doesn't hurt my feelings when you say JC's your second favorite. I'm totally cool with that.
Is it Chris Kirkpatrick? Who is your
Yes.
favorite?
Naturally,
It's
Chris.
obvious.
Yeah.
And then
I
but
feel
wait,
like you know Lance. I feel like you know
I
Lance.
I
We-
don't know Lance.
You're
but
a
I've
JC
met him.
girl. You're a
How do you
JC
know
girl.
that?
I'm-
You're not wrong,
I
but how did you
no.
know that?
The
Because I
unicorn?
live in the band. I've been there. We would do meet and greets, and girls would walk up, and we're like, "This girl's gonna be all over Justin.
So
This girl's." And then when they come through with like tattoos on their face
It was
and
you.
like piercings everywhere, I'm like, "All right, guys, I'll take this one. I got this."
That's so good.
We had the
Yeah.
unicorn on. We did.
Yeah.
That's what they call him, the unicorn. You probably
Right
know
in
that
the
being a
studio,
fan.
right next door.
Yeah, right next door.
what?
Where-
He was
no,
here.
He was here. He was live in the. I have pictures. You
know
want to see
that.
them?
We've met.
I'll show
him.
you off
We've met him
off
many
camera.
times.
Wow.
Yeah. He actually knows him really. Like
I've met
I
him
was
a-
in the room with Chris,
Yeah.
I met him a
the other
couple
day,
more times,
and he texted
me.
Texted him.
he texted
Him like
Yeah.
on a text.
It was
On a-
insane.
like
right
he-
to
on
my
the phone.
And
He goes.
it said from JC Chasez.
He goes. Oh, JC Chasez is like
Yeah.
texting me right now,
Texting
and I go,
me.
Can I see it? And he
Yeah.
goes, No.
He didn't believe me.
I didn't believe him.
I had
But
to take
that's
a snapshot of
yeah.
it.
Wait, why do you call him? I didn't know that. The unicorn?
They call
Yeah.
him.
He's just
all the
Yeah.
NSYNC fans because he hardly
He
ever
doesn't do-
does
yeah.
interviews.
Which is crazy because he's,
Oh.
I mean, he's your favorite. He's like one of the most talented human beings that I know.
Mm.
And that includes, Burt Bacharach. Like there's a lot of people in that list of talented people.
Wait, are you?
And JC is definitely on the top, one of the tops of that list. But anyways.
Well, actually, wait. So interestingly enough, I think I've definitely done a few quick interviews with Justin over the
Mhm.
years, but JC, yes, but JC actually is the only one of the group that I actually have interviewed. Like, though, admittedly, oh my God, it was.
Did you cry? What was going
No,
on?
it was so much worse. So
Was it the cat's meow?
Did you start sweating?
no. So I'll set the scene. So
Did you call
I'm
him?
a writer.
I'm in a red dress.
No.
I'm sitting with a bottle of.
No, see, I don't remember those
Chardonnay.
details. I remember how I
Oh.
feel in moments. Like,
Oh.
don't come to me if there was a car accident. I can't remember the details you need to know. I just remember how I felt in the moment.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
can speak to that.
Okay.
So I'm a fashion writer. I write profiles. Like, I've done a lot. But when I was out here and I'm paying my dues and I was between jobs, the only, like, a friend of mine was working for, I probably shouldn't say what tabloid, but like a tabloid at the time. And so I had to approach JC. My job was to go up to people. And so I had to approach JC at an event, and they'd sent me the questions, and it was like, "Are the rumors true?" So I remember I was cringing.
no.
I mean, I was like my skin was crawling, and I went up, and he's like, he was so kind because he was like,
Yeah.
"We're just talking."
Yeah.
Like he could tell how uncomfortable I was, and I was like, "Are the rumors true?" And he's like, "What are they?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't read this magazine."
I don't even know the rumors, but are they true? And he's
And it
like,
was-
yes,
Was it
I
the
have
Inquirer?
a sixth toe.
Was it the Inquirer?
No,
What-
it was. Am I allowed to
Star.
say it was Life
Yeah.
and Style?
Yeah,
Life and Style. Yeah.
You can say that.
Um,
We'll bleep that out.
Is that still around?
I don't know. I
Where-
couldn't
here we
even
go.
tell you. I'm so in my own world.
Yeah, but you're an
now.
LA
It
Times
is, but
writer.
it's digital.
I mean, like, okay, like Lindzi Scharf from Lindzi.com is coming in, or is it Lindzi Scharf from LA Times?
People-
That would be more intimidating.
Yes, I agree
Really
with that. And
intimidating.
I
I'd
like
be scared
LA
out of my
Times.
mind.
Actually, wait. I have a good. I'm like, what can I say and what can I not
You
say?
can say
I'm-
whatever
You say
you
whatever
want.
Yeah,
you
I
want.
know you're saying that.
You can
beep it
I've been
out.
in your
Listen,
position.
Here, listen. Yeah, afterwards, you say whatever you want, and
Okay.
afterwards, go. You know, when I called JC a jerk, like, could you take that out?
Okay, cool.
Take it out right meow.
Okay, so
What are you smoking?
Oh, what?
It's good stuff.
okay, so LA Times definitely intimidating. Apparently, to some, most people, yes. To answer your question,
Yep.
most people associate me with. I've never been staff anywhere, but I do a lot, or was doing a lot with the LA Times
I've
for a
read.
period. Yeah, thank you. And so I went to do an interview with a basketball player, and I actually swear to you, I'm not sharing the name. I don't know basketball, so I can't come up
Is he
with this
tall?
It
name.
was some guy
They're all
named
tall.
Jordan something, or maybe it was something Jordan. I don't remember.
It was
Black-
a
a black guy?
who came
Can he
over
dunk?
from another team. Okay,
Did he have sneakers?
yes, we were there. So this is the thing. I was there as LA Times. I was actually covering as a fashion journalist. And so he had a line with Saks Fifth Avenue. So I
Oh,
was there
LeBron.
to solely.
It's
It
LeBron.
wasn't LeBron. No.
Westbrook.
Who came over? Not Westbrook. Who's the other guy?
From where? From where?
A lot of
Anthony
them.
something, maybe.
Anthony Davis.
No, not Anthony Davis. Oh, you guys, I'm like terrible here.
Mm.
Anyway.
Anthony Anderson.
No.
No, that's not. He's not basketball. But he
No.
probably plays
He
basketball.
does.
Yeah.
He's good.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'll come up with the name and let you know later.
Carmelo?
No,
Anthony?
it
Carmelo
wasn't
Anthony.
him. It was.
Carl Anthony Towns?
Oh, guys, this is a terrible story.
Anthony
already.
Edwards?
Are we sure it's Anthony?
Anthony Edwards. He
I'm
plays
not
basketball
sure,
for the
but I
Minnesota
think so.
Timberwolves.
Hmm.
Anyway, okay, bottom line is this guy didn't play for the Lakers yet, and his manager pretty much was very concerned about what I might be asking, and you better not and he was bullying me
Ooh, wow.
to try and, change the direction.
Narrative.
The narrative. And it's like, God, I always thought it was hilarious. If you're so concerned about me, look at my work. If you looked at my work, you'd realize I'm not here to ask anything basketball related. I'm literally here to talk style. And so, yeah, anyway, apparently LA Times in fact, they're probably going to kill me for even saying LA Times. I don't know.
No, not at all. You see, the problem is you live in LA and
Yeah.
everyone's so scared about getting canceled. You are fine. You're in a safe space.
Yes, no, but I want to work again, guys.
No, you're gonna work again. Trust me. I don't know. Should I?
I don't trust you.
I don't trust. Yeah. No, you can
I don't
you can
trust
Yeah,
you. You can
sure.
call us afterwards, and half of the thing will be bleeped out.
Listen, yeah, it's
Cool.
like
It'll be fine.
We
But
just
as
had-
long as
we
we
had
keep
Lindzi
everything
on.
in, let's just bleep it out.
she
when we
sits
talk
down
about-
and then we cut to her
We'll
walking
have,
out.
to, we'll have to bleep the bells.
No, you can say LA Times.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
you should be proud of that. I think
Oh,
that's
no, I'm so
huge.
proud. I'm
She
so
doesn't
proud.
want to get in trouble with LA about
For
things she's
sharing
saying.
behind. Yeah.
Yeah, but nothing's. You're fine.
Okay,
Sharing
fine,
dirt
whatever.
about how
You're
much
in a-
Susan is
And
such
it wasn't
a
even
bitch
a good.
at work.
It's not even that interesting. So.
No, I thought it was interesting.
Okay, sure.
Okay,
This is all edited.
So we go from
Yes,
we go
talk to
we're now in Los Angeles. We're gonna backpedal a little bit. Now in Los Angeles, you just finished. You just graduated from college.
Mm-hmm.
You did graduate, correct?
Yes, I did.
want
I
to make sure
did
that
know
we're
that,
good.
You
yeah.
had your first MySpace profile.
You got your we've got we're now on MySpace.
That is
We
true.
run into each other again. I was dating Joanna Garcia at this moment. That's a good name drop right there. I love her. She's a great girl.
Married to Nick Swisher.
Nick Swisher.
Right.
And you and I were having I think a coffee or like maybe had lunch or something.
It was literally right after the premiere. We grabbed a bite afterwards because we had it was like, oh my God, what
And
are you doing
Joanna
here?
met me there.
Which is hilarious.
And you don't remember.
I
And you're
didn't-
friends with her.
No, I'm not friends with her. I mean, I've probably met her at some point over the
Yeah.
years, but I
Was
certainly.
she jealous? Did she come in a huff?
Oh, they got into a fight, like pulling hair. Like I was like, damn. Both girls are from Florida too.
I
They
have
got
no
like that.
recollection of meeting. That's what's kind of crazy.
No, you guys are sweet to each other.
Were we? 'Cause
Yeah.
until we were texting
She's
yesterday,
like
I
this.
didn't actually know Joanne. I didn't even know she was there. I apparently didn't recognize her. I know that
She
your
was on
girlfriend
Reba at
picked
that
you
time.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reba.
it's kind of amazing. I'm an entertainment journalist because I'm like, who are they? I don't recognize people if I'm not working. Yeah,
And you
I didn't
probably
know it
didn't
was
have
her.
your glasses on.
Didn't have my glasses. Yeah, that was the problem. Yeah,
But,
no,
so we were there. You were there covering a movie premiere because we were right in Westwood.
right.
Yeah.
I was writing for InStyle, and I tried to look up to see what that premiere would be. I'm trying to connect the dots. I remember
It was like
so little.
2005 or 6
Yeah,
or something like that.
2006.
Castaway.
Could have been anything.
Yeah. I can't remember
I don't even have emails from that era. Like I was looking to see, and it's like this one period of time that somehow goes
Toy
blank.
Story 3.
So okay,
That was after, I think.
Oh.
so now we're out of college. We're working for InStyle.
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 Right.
How do you go from InStyle to meeting your husband?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And what is your husband's name?
Michael Buckner.
That's a
Mr.
big
Michael
one.
Buckner, yes.
And then you guys created probably the most beautiful child, Evan. Evan influencer.
Evan influencer, yes.
I love that. It's a great name.
Thank you.
You're already trying to get her branded, but you also and she passed away,
She did. Yeah.
and you honor her in the best way possible.
Thank
and
you.
it's super stoked for you.
Thank
Your
you.
mom wrote a children's book.
Oh my gosh, you're so sweet for mentioning that.
Can we name the children's book?
Yes, it's called Piper Joy and the Grand Old Tree.
Yep.
And it was written in Evan's honor. She originally it was Evan Francis and the Grand Old Tree, but she, out of respect, changed the name just to kind of create her own world for her.
And she passed away. She had a rare disease.
Yeah. So I mean, I was at the time working very regularly with the LA Times and various outlets, and I was pregnant and keeping it a secret for as long as I could.
They would fire you if you were pregnant?
Well, as a freelancer, you're just so afraid of being counted out, and as a
It's
woman.
not the 70s.
You
may be surprised.
Have you seen the news lately? I don't know about
the 100
that.
meter hurdles weren't in your future.
No, so literally,
Yeah.
I remember I was I've got a good name drop. I was very, very pregnant and wearing a coat because I didn't want my editor to know. And so I have a picture of me with Madonna and Kim Kardashian. And my husband said I should have used it as my baby announcement, but like I was still hiding it. So I was wearing this huge coat next to them, and nobody knew I was pregnant still.
By the way, she hangs out with a lot of famous people.
Yeah.
Well, it for work. Yeah.
You actually could have titled it Like a Virgin with a not sign on it.
I love that. In all fairness,
Yeah.
had we thought of that, my
Yeah.
husband would have been pushing for that. But yeah, I insist on keeping it a secret just because you don't want to be counted out. I don't know. It's a female thing, and I can't speak for all women, but I know that I definitely had the concern that like I just would get less phone calls at once people, and so anyway, it was a great pregnancy, and I had no idea what was coming.
Mhm.
I also was a reluctant mom. I didn't know I wanted to be a mom so badly, honestly, until I met my daughter, Evan. She was unique straight away. I had a beautiful pregnancy. There was no warning, but the first strange thing was that she was born deaf, and that didn't run in my family.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a series of other, just odd coincidences, but they weren't coincidences. So the long and the short of it is it took 2 years to diagnose her. We lived in and out of the hospital. I still remember, like, my husband, Michael Buckner. I don't know if I'm supposed to name drop.
Sure.
But anyway, when we were really in the thick of trying to understand what was happening, I remember we would both traditionally have been at Globes night, Golden Globes, covering. And, but, we were in the hospital with my daughter,
Yep.
and we knew something was wrong. We just didn't know what exactly yet. And he went to the Golden Globes and he came back at 3 a.m. And it was just like the oddest thing to be watching, all these people and the dresses and the celebrating, and like I'm fighting for my daughter's life.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think, but also I think like for me, it put it all into perspective. I think, there's such an importance of celebrating life.
You do it the best way possible.
Thanks.
You really do. And you have a beautiful son now, Reed. And he's what, 2 years old? 3?
He's
2?
2.5.
2.5 years
2.5,
old.
yeah.
2.5 years old. Shout out Reed right there.
Yeah.
But you celebrate Evan's life. You and Michael and Reed.
Yeah.
And you do that every single day. You started. Is it? How do you say it? Reality.
Oh, the Retality.
Retality.
Right. Okay. So it's the retail. The T is like
Retail T.
Retail and reality. The
Okay,
Retality.
okay,
Because I
Retality.
think we live in a day and age where like no matter who you are, you have to sell yourself now. And so it's long form feature.
Brian does that constantly.
Well,
That's actually how he makes money in life.
well, all the people that
Which
you
is really
met-
weird. Well, hey, is
I
this
strip.
where somebody who we should totally bring up because we haven't, and we've been talking all around it. We've talked about friends of the show. We've talked about the Mickey Mouse Club. And we did not bring up a friend of yours, Miss Nikki DeLoach.
Nikki DeLoach,
She's
because
a
she was doing the
doll.
show. You hit me up right after Nikki was on the show. You said, "Oh, my friend was on the show."
Oh, yeah.
Don't they
No,
seem kind of similar? Like,
Yeah.
very sweet.
she's a
Yeah.
doll.
Yeah.
She's somebody who I feel like we were somehow in each other's orbit for years, but if we met, it was very much in passing. I'm sure I must have interviewed her at some point along the way.
Yeah.
As you've learned, my memory is shit, which is terrible for trying to tell stories. But
Can we say shit?
No.
no.
Okay. Wow.
Make sure you delete
Wow.
shit from everything.
Of everything I said, delete
Yeah,
the word shit.
just shit.
Wow.
It's
Just
terrible.
Everything
You're worried
else
about
is
getting
fine.
canceled and you say shit? Wow.
No, but Nikki,
Well, my kid's not going to watch this.
He's not
episode.
telling you what.
Jeez.
No, that's
we
Just
used to
kidding.
say with Evan, by the way, I know I'm bouncing, but Evan, the most beautiful thing we did for her during our time together was she got a cochlear implant, and so it gave her the ability to hear
To hear
music and books were her favorite, and so. We had this thing where we're like, I don't care if her first word is fuck. Oh, I can't
Yeah.
say that
no. You can
either.
say no. You
Fuck.
can
Oh,
say-
you'll just
Where
bleep
did
it.
you know
Okay,
we're
okay.
joking?
Just not shit.
okay.
Well,
Oh, just not shit.
Say fuck.
You can
just
say
not
great.
fuck all you want. Just
Yeah.
don't say shit because he's got. What is
You
it?
have
Is
something
it
against
coprophobic?
shit.
Isn't that what you're afraid of poop?
Poopophobic.
It's coprophobic. I think it's
No,
afraid
I think
of
it's
He's afraid.
turd-
He has a shit.
It's
fear.
like a turtleism.
So we don't say.
I have
Okay,
I
got
have
it.
on
as
turtleism.
if, yeah. So that's.
Got it.
You okay, buddy?
I'm okay.
He's okay. Go
I'm
ahead.
working through it.
So Evan's saying fuck.
No. We were like, if she wants her first word to be fuck, let it
Right.
be fuck. And
That's awesome.
she was nonverbal, and she did manage to get the word mom out, which was just beautiful. But yeah. So anyway, sorry. So the cursing, yeah. But
Mom.
Reed is a very different story. Reed, we don't. Yeah, curse with
He's
Reed.
not allowed to say curse.
No, he has to earn the right. I always say you have to earn the right to say those words. So like, I don't know when that'll be, but
words. So
man.
where's Nikki come into all
yes,
this?
Nikki. Okay, so we
Damn
met
it.
many times over the years, and truthfully, it sounds funny, but I want to say probably social media is how we reconnected. And social media is a place where, yes, it can be superficial, but I've found that it can be extremely deep too, in terms of it's not easy to be like, hi, nice to meet you. By the way, here's all this information you should know about me. This is what my family's been through. So I think in a way, social media has made it easier to just sort of put it out there, and whoever wants to know can know. And so Nikki reconnected with me. I think, I don't know if she'd have a different story, but I want to say it was because of Evan, because I think, as you guys know, actually I know you know because you guys talked about it on the podcast about her son. And listen, she's a special soul anyway. I mean, she's just a special person. But
She does a lot with children's and
Children's
yep.
Hospital of Los
Which, by the way, no
Angeles.
pressure, but we've heard everywhere that was one of the best episodes. Was the one we had with Nikki.
Oh,
Most
Nikki,
people,
yeah.
that was the one they love.
Yeah.
So
She's
top
And I'm
that.
like, did you see
soulful.
Richard Marx was on it? And they were like, yeah, but the Nikki episode
Because she's
Yeah.
a special soul. I
just
mean,
hits different.
she's funny, but she's also somehow it goes deep quickly.
Did
You
she
know?
call you and try to help you with Evan, or was it?
No, it wasn't even that. It was just, I think she'd read some, because I started writing essays. I didn't know if I would ever, when we were in it, used to be an extremely private person. And because like, what's the point of speaking if you don't have something to say? Like, I just, I'm not a fan of that. It's why I wrote about other people. I didn't write about myself. But I think when the pandemic hit, I just suddenly understood that everyone didn't realize that their worlds were about to be turned upside down, and ours had been turned upside down a year and a half earlier. And it felt like this equalizer. And so I wrote this essay, and I think it did speak to a lot of people. And I would guess that that's how Nikki and I, reconnected. She probably read that essay. And so she just wrote really encouraging, sweet notes. And then I run into her at the farmer's market. She's come to some of my events. And then I did actually feature her on the site. And she knows she holds a special place in my heart because we were together, and that was a special day. And then a week later, my daughter passed. And we never knew when that would be. But when that day so I just associate her with so much, like
You
more than she
two
realizes.
are very similar in that respect of like you you guys are so positive and you celebrate life.
And it's also two people that you root for,
Mhm.
you know, in
Yeah.
life. And Nikki's definitely one of those people. You know, I've known her since she was, you know, really young. I think she was probably 16, I think, when I first met her. And I've known her whole life. And to see her, she's one of those people. And now the people that you meet and you root for, those are really important people. Because there's a lot of people you meet in your life that are just like, like Brian. You know, it's like, yeah, it is what it is. But then there's those people that you're like, man, you know, they deserve awesome.
I thought you were gonna go like someplace like you know, you meet someone like Brian and then you're like, he's a really good guy.
No,
I
and
give
then
him shit
you
all the
kind of
time.
put things into perspective.
But he's like, I really care for him.
You'll get there.
You can
You'll get
overdub
there
that
with
if you
him.
want to. There's AI and whatever that can
This is
make
bullshit.
me say that.
I'll say it. I
Wait,
don't
you said
care.
is bullshit allowed?
Bullshit
No.
is
Not
fine.
shit.
He's just
No.
coprophobic with human
Okay.
shit.
No, bullshit
Okay.
is the same
No.
thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No,
I
it
don't
is.
like cow shit. I don't like bullshit. I don't like monkey shit.
No shit.
No
Oh,
shit.
Okay, so how do you say it again? Reality.
Oh, the Retality. I know.
Retality.
It's kind of like if
Retality.
you know, you know, like, you know, Net-a-Porter is not Net-a-Porter.
Like you want to be friends with you because you know so many awesome people, and this
Oh,
this
that's
is this
why you want to
project.
be friends with her?
You bet your ass I do.
Hmm.
I want to go to the parties. Oh my god, I've seen it.
I've
It's nothing
heard
but
that.
pretty people and like really famous people. We can get them on the podcast.
So it's a lot of creatives. I love creatives. But hey, that's good strategy. Like, hey, listen, when I'm doing these events, and when I do these events, it's a lot of people either who've been featured on the
Yeah.
site or who I want to feature on the site. You know, so sometimes it's
It's
friends of
class
friends.
act. I saw Kathy Hilton.
Kathy
Yeah.
Hilton, she's not been to one of the Retality events, but I've
You interviewed her.
interviewed her for other
Yeah,
things. Yeah. But no, for the Retality, we've featured, and we being me, I'm a one-woman show still. Jordana Brewster was, oh my gosh, Jordana
Oh.
Brewster was my first yes.
She was my first crush.
I don't blame you.
Why did we just ding Crush?
I don't know.
That was weird.
Because he was thinking about Jordana
And,
winning.
and by the way, if we're dinging, I think that's probably the 5 millionth time I've dinged your first crush. Because I've heard that. I'm pretty sure that's a
No, she was my first
reoccurring
crush
theme
she was my first crush on
during
Fast
the
and
pandemic.
Furious.
Well, there are only like 2 women in that film at the time, so yeah,
Yeah.
that would be your first crush.
My second crush was Michelle Rodriguez.
In 1986 at 4 p.m., my first crush was
Tiffany.
no. Tiffany?
That's a good one.
Nah.
Hmm.
Yeah. We had her on the show, friend of the show.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so
Tiffany?
go ahead.
We didn't have Tiffany on the show.
We had Tiffany on the show. Pop star Tiffany.
It's honestly, I forget being in my position, so I can't even imagine like
This
how
was
many
just
people
last
you guys.
year.
Oh well, then I don't know what to tell you. No, but yeah,
That's
Jordana-
okay. My manager reminds me of who he is every time we walk into the room, just so I'm. What did he do again? Who was he?
You guys go way back, way back. Hey.
I'm going to
That's
send to
too
my
far.
Wikipedia,
Took
my
it too
long
far.
Wikipedia page.
That you change every day.
Do you have a Wikipedia page?
Yeah, I
Oh my
do.
god, I'll
Why didn't you didn't do your research before you came
No,
here?
I'm being
Why? Because
interviewed.
we're
I didn't-
French.
Yeah, she doesn't- we have to do the research.
Oh.
You're supposed to do the
I
research.
did do the
We
research.
You did. You
asked
were
the
texting me.
questions.
February 19th.
It's a
Wait,
German
you were
joke.
texting me. You're like, Minnie's or what was it called? Minnie's first time? Question mark. I'm like, great. Is that my IMDb?
What was Minnie's first time?
Well, the funny
so
thing.
that was a. Well, what were you gonna say?
I was going to say the funny thing is when we have people come in and Brian starts talking, pretty much they go, "Oh, so you've been on my Wikipedia page."
She did a movie. Wait, you did a movie
No.
with.
So
We both did stuff with. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
It's-
So
Wait, what? This is great.
She did a movie.
no, I didn't
very
do
popular
a movie.
movie.
I did not do a movie. It's called Minnie's First Time. It was Nikki Reed, Alec Baldwin. A friend of mine was an assistant to, I think, the director. They
What's
had
her
no
name?
budget.
His name.
His name. Oh my god. I mean, I was very young, so is it sad that I don't remember his name anymore? I can. Ian.
Ian.
Whose last name escapes me.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's
yes.
a weird last name.
Yeah.
Hey, Ian escapes me.
Ian escapes me. They didn't have a budget, so like literally we went down and we were dancers in the background of a scene. But what makes it, and it was so embarrassing because they were like, dance closer, dance closer. I'm like, you're not paying me enough to be dancing closer. Okay. Anyway, so you're an extra. You're not going to be seen. I was there for an hour, and then I was actually sent as a journalist to cover the press junket of Minnie's First Time to interview. And so you have to interview Alec and Nikki, and so you have to watch the film.
Did you ask them about dancer number 6?
No, but
You
other
made it.
people asked me about dancer number 6 because after the screening, somebody goes, "Was that you in the background?" No, just looked like me. But yeah, it was. So that's
were you a good dancer?
Was that you on the pole? That was so
But you were
great.
If they
also
could
in
have
something
afforded
else.
a pole, it would have been in this
Right.
scene.
You were dancing in the background.
I was dancing in the back. Yeah, I grew up dancing, but I mean, yeah, I was just there to fill a scene. But yes, we were technically dancing like you would at a club.
What show was that? No, there's another movie that you were
Oh,
in.
another movie. Oh, the other movie. Right. Superbad.
Superbad. Okay, so that's
Superbad.
everyone knows what Superbad and that
Wait, were you in
stars
the parties,
Jonah
the
Hill.
club, the house?
I was in the dance scene because, again, I was
When
there.
Jonah Hill was dancing with the girl that had just had her period.
had her
Yeah.
period.
Yeah,
And she's
that's-
right next to her. She was the girl that had her period.
Oh God, I'm gonna
What?
be known for this. No, so yeah, basically, I was sent as a journalist to go cover, like, do a set visit, and they threw me in as part of the bit.
Wait.
Yes.
What?
You don't
What?
remember this thing? You remember this
I
thing, right?
do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
now
I'm in the
he's
background.
perking
You
up.
see me for like half a second.
Oh, but you're not the one with the...
no.
Oh, well, that's not... Okay.
No, he's bringing it up like I'm a movie star in these films.
Well,
I'm an.
so you're saying the girl that
I
had
only
the period
watched
was
the movie
star.
because-
You remember the
I
girl
don't
that
know
had their
her name.
period? What is she doing? She is killing it now.
But yeah, and my brother was on a date and was the one
Met
who
the
told
girl
me
with the period?
No, just like realized I was in it.
He was on a date with a girl with the period. Oh, he was an extra in the movie as well.
No.
So your new project, your new project
Is with McLovin.
we're just trying to get back to this real quick.
Yes,
Your
yes.
new project
Yes.
is you're doing this for this.
What am I
Yeah.
working on right now?
Yeah,
Okay. I mean, I'm very much focused on the Ritality.
Yeah.
It's
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Yeah, I didn't set out to be an entrepreneur, but I think, it's a changing media landscape, and I just didn't see the type of storytelling that I love being told. And it's long form features. It's 5,000 to 10,000 words, deep dives of some of your favorite people. Abigail Spencer, who's an actress, but wears a lot of hats. She has a flower company, County Line Florals. And one of my closest girlfriends is an author, Taylor Jenkins Reid, who wrote like Daisy Jones and 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. So she's featured on the site. It's just
I think that's the
people-
first Evelyn Hugo name drop we've had on
That's
the,
the very first
Really?
one.
the first
Yeah,
time.
the very first one.
Yeah.
Oh well,
It's amazing.
I'm just honored to be the one for her then.
And your mom's
'Cause I
a
love
writer.
her. And my mom, yeah.
How'd that come about? Like she said, I want to do something for Evan, or
Started
Honest-
children's books
Is it
and move, or was it?
No, she.
it was her first one.
Yeah, it's her first one. She was with Evan in the backyard and just like dreaming about what she probably was thinking and dreaming about what could have been. And so Piper Joy is sort of my mom's alter ego for her. It's Evan living the life that she could have had. And it's a really joyful, beautiful book, and I'm so proud of my mom for that.
And the holiday season's coming up.
Yeah, perfect gift.
Wait,
Good
you
stocking
get it on
stuffer.
Amazon, right?
No, actually, she did not go the Amazon route. You have to buy it. It's
Timu.
piperjoybook.com.
There we go. I
Yeah.
wanted to make sure they got that in
She's
there.
gonna be so thrilled. This was so nice. Thank you. Like
No.
she's gonna be so thrilled that you brought up her book. And
You tell
and
your
it
mom to
means
call
so
me when I come
much.
down to Florida. You make sure that she feeds me.
Okay. I don't know. She doesn't really cook though. She's gonna kill me for
We can
saying
go
that.
off. We can go off for sushi.
You go. Okay, there you
Yeah,
go. There you go.
I'll do that.
Great sushi in Coral Springs, Florida.
You've seen the show.
Yes.
You saw us sing.
Yes.
The best.
I heard us sing.
I mean, sometimes people just watch just for the face.
I think they just watch you sing.
Okay, so this
You
is
have a
this
face
is the
for
part.
music.
This is the part. Oh, and then you.
It's like the voice for radio. You have a face
Yeah,
for
yeah.
music.
Ah, such a dick.
You look like you could have been in one of the boy bands that lip sync.
Oh man. Are we getting dinner tonight?
No. I don't cook either.
All right. So Lindsay, can you
Yes.
sing?
I can sure try.
It's easy.
Oh my God.
It's
It's
what
easy.
name drop. You
Yeah,
sing name
yeah,
drop.
just go-
Okay,
Name
let's do it.
drop.
Name
drop.
drop. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Ready?
What?
Okay.
Here we go. 1, 2,
Two.
3.
Name
Name drop. Yeah. Thank you so much
you.
for being here.
Thanks, guys, for having
You have a
me.
question?
No. Lindsay, it's an honor to have you here. It's like
Thanks for having
everything came in full circle.
Yeah, very much so. Appreciate it, you guys.
So invite me to one of the parties.
Yeah, I mean, it's been mostly women, but
That's why he wants
what
to
am I
go to the
thinking? Of
parties.
course, that's why he wants to
He's
go to
a
the
married
parties.
man.
I should have known.
Invite me to the
No,
parties.
I just want to go
women.
just as your friend to support.
Yeah, I mean, we had Kid Cudi at one. You want to go to that next one?
Yeah, I would love to. All right.
Okay,
You
you're
wanna
in.
DJ?
Did you say Kid Cudi?
Kid
You had a
Cudi.
whole bunch of people that I saw
You
like
know
this
it a
beautiful
lot.
spread, and I was
Paul
like,
Wesley. Hey, I know. See, the
Wait,
irony
keep going,
of
keep
being on
going.
name drop is I don't name
what,
drop.
just
often.
no, I need you to.
Okay. Constance Zimmer. Rumor Willis was at something recently.
Oh my God.
Jamie Ray Newman, who I love. Brittany Snow. I love Brittany Snow.
Oh, Brittany's
She's such
great.
a doll.
She's cute too. Yeah.
She might be available. I don't know.
No, I'm
Oh.
not
Okay,
trying to. I'm
okay.
not
He
using you
uses
as my
this
Okay.
as
pimp.
his personal
I don't
No, I'm
understand.
just saying.
service.
I just was saying. I think she's a really talented actress. We were on
She's
the
very
We're
we were on the
talented.
changing the
same
name
lot.
from
we were,
name
we were on the
drop
Gower
to
lot when
Brian's
she was doing.
Tinder.
She was doing a TV show I was doing. We may have seen each other. I don't
May
think
have
she-
locked eyes.
We locked probably.
I
She
may
probably
have,
was like.
I may have
looking
stalked
past.
her apartment.
Who else?
She's bounced around, so
Wow. Now
So
you're
she
calling
doesn't
her.
live there anymore.
doesn't
Stop
live there
driving
anymore.
by.
Stop going. Amanda Klutz. I can't believe I'm blanking. Lindsay Price, like a lot of just inspiring people. Anyone who inspires me is who I want to be in a room with. And if I'm not going to be invited into those rooms,
Uh-huh.
I'm creating my own
Which
room.
is why Brian
That's-
will never get invited.
Next
Thank
time
you.
you're in town.
Thank you so much for being
Thank
on
you
the
for
show.
coming.
Thanks for having
Yeah,
me.
you were
guys.
awesome.
You
Thanks
guys
so
are
much.
sweet.
Name drop.